Everyone, my name is Muhammad Widianto Zair. I am from English Department Teacher Training and Education Faculty, Pekalongan University. Today I will presentation the implementation of limit face-to-face learning during COVID-19 pandemic. The abstract learning is everything that can bring information and knowledge in the ongoing interesting between education and student, as well as student interesting with education and learning research in a learning environment in which there are teacher and student who exchange information. Limit face-to-face learning is learning that is carried out again by school with different rules. Named face-to-face learning is limited to 15% of class capacity. The purpose of the research were to describe the concept of classroom management and student management. In face-to-face learning, when is limited by shifting method and the find out the obstacle faced in the implementation of limit face-to-face learning at senior high school Wandoro. This research used qualitative method. The subject of the student were student and teacher of senior high school Wandoro. The instrument used was interview. The research show in pandemic student senior high school Wandoro implementation limit meeting of teaching and learning active, which was the set time was 5 hours of lesson. Every 1 hours of learning the set time was 13 minutes. However, the student faced obstacles since the material was different in limit time. Introduction. Learning is everything that can bring information and knowledge in the ongoing interesting between education and student, as well as student interesting with education and learning research in a learning every moment that include teacher and student exchange information. The term learning session include two inherent concepts, namely learning and teaching. National Education System Law UUSPN number 20 of 203 state the learning is a process of interaction between student and education and learning research in a learning environment. Learning planning is very improvement of teacher and student to the learning active and learning method as type for use during the pandemic. In every process of learning active, of course, record learning plan research by the school or teacher. This planning is not intended to limit the process of student to learn, but the ensure the student can still carry out learning active even though they are limit. Learning planning will differ depending on what learning method will be used, such as learning by shift method. Face-to-face learning is an instruction method in which course to content and learning material are taught different to a group of students. This allow for this interesting between the learning and the instruction. This is the most traditional type of study interaction in face-to-face learning. Students are responsive in class. Limit face-to-face learning is learning that is created or again by school with different rule. Name face-to-face learning is limited to 15% of school capacity. The learning system applied at senior high school Wandoro is face-to-face learning. Termination of face-to-face limit face-to-face learning active can be imposed of it is found the school resign are exposed to COVID-19. The implementation of limit face-to-face learning does not complete with the rule or there is a chance the in policy relate to the situation and condition of COVID-19. The objective of the study were to describe the concept of classroom management and student management in face-to-face learning, limited by the shift method, define out the obstacle faced in the implementation of limit face-to-face learning in senior high school Waldoro. The research instrument used was field observation interview. The research of the student said that the implementation of limit face-to-face learning in create of systematic and follow the guidelines for implementing limit face-to-face learning, the new normal. The school has planned and implement in it in accurate with the health protocol procedure was term of implement the teaching and learning process in the classroom. The delivery of material is quite dense and only convert important point, so that is most focused on following the learning process. Teachers do not use interactive learning model and do not involve learning media innovative the support the delivery of concrete information to students so that it has an impact on student active and also the acquisition of student learning outcome that are in the scientific category. The similarity of this student is to find out the implementation of face-to-face learning is limited to the teacher's strategy in complementing the achievement of learning objective in the mean of time constraints. Proctor 2003 stated the blended learning is simple and effective combination of variant model of delivery, teaching model, and learning style. Research draw the theoretical framework of the research in order to make read understanding how to reach work easily. The theoretical framework is illustration a flow. Figure 1 theoretical framework. In this study, research focused on the use of limit face-to-face learning method in the form of shift as a learning method. The framework aims to understanding the problem contained in the limit face-to-face learning method in the form of shift. Research analyzes whether what this limit face-to-face learning method in the form of shift was accurate with the need of students in learning during the pandemic. To rush to a lot of study are used a solid for school and teacher to apply a limit face-to-face learning method in the form of shift. Research method. The research use qualitative research method. Qualitative research is beginning analyze when research must first look at their data in order to see what they should look for in their data, or look temporary and conceptual over process. Data analysis should be distinct from interpreting. Practical suggestion from beginning analysis include getting a sense of the world, establishing for fact, identifying key topic or major storyline, and in the initializing their information content and using framework to reader data. Sandlowski 190 and 95. Below were the response of interview which was conditioned by the research. Based on the research finding, that can be concluded the senior high school Wandoro use limit face-to-face learning during COVID-19 pandemic and was done with routine solutions. However, the was some offset by student. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.